Hi, my name is Lloyd. I'm here from the Movement Company, one of Freeform's partners. We are based in the Glebe, just off of 4th Avenue. I'm here today to go through some common movement errors that we see on a day-to-day basis in the clinic. And then Vania is going to go through some strength exercises to help build on some of those movement foundations. Outside of just athletes who we see like everyone from all walks of life, and something that is pretty common throughout all walks of life are pretty tight hips, which can lead to lots of other things, glute weakness, lower back issues, and we'll come on to those later on. But a couple of rehabilitation / stretching mobility exercises that we like to give for anyone struggling with hip tightness. Well, number one, you can use a foam roller to roll what at the top here we call the TFL, tensor fascia lata. That's kind of like your pocket muscle. You can lie on the ground and give that a roll. Once you've done that, we get into a adductor stretch, a quadruped kneeling adductor stretch. So you have one knee, preferably on a mat, opposite leg straight, trying to draw a straight line between the two. From here, nice and slowly, hands to the ground, sitting back, transitioning the weight back until you feel a nice stretch coming in through groin, into the side of the knee, holding and relaxing, exhaling, and then you can rock out, slow and steady, not bouncing. And as you come back in, maybe exhaling and trying to get a little bit deeper, holding, exhaling. And that can be repeated for up to a minute, and you can do the same on both sides. That will mainly hit adductor. And then another favorite of ours are the hip 90-90s, supported or unsupported. So I will go supported. You can start heels on the ground, hands behind you, and we rock down, knees to the ground, so 90 degree, pushing hip through, feeling the stretch back here, and then we can rock and change. Trying to get both knees to the ground, and the progression can be unsupported, rocking side to side. You can move body weight slightly and get a little tiny bit more of a glute stretch, or we can even come up, push through, and make it a little bit more dynamic.
So in terms of exercises to build on top of those hip opening exercises, something that I see a lot is that in our day-to-day activities, we tend to stick within what's called the sagittal plane. So we're always moving in sort of like a forward and back manner. And in order to keep our hips healthy, we want to make sure that we're moving in different directions as well. So what I like to do a lot in my programming for my clients is add a lot more sort of what's called the frontal plane motion. An example would be some side lunges. So moving from side to side. And in terms of a good core exercise to do, I like to do some windmills. And I always start with the half kneeling version. One knee is up, one knee is down. You want to make sure that both knees are at about a 90-degree angle and that your feet and knees are aligned with your hips. You don't want too wide of a stance. The same side arm is up, and essentially you want to think about pushing your hips back as you bend down to touch the floor and then come up. So the idea being you're moving through your hips and you're not doing just like a side bend at your back to reach the floor. So hips come back, and then the torso stays nice and straight. And then you want to make sure this arm stays pointing straight up towards the ceiling as well. So if you are adding a weight, we're also getting some shoulder stabilizing work as well. So it's a great exercise that targets a lot of different things. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm Vania. We're at Freeform Fitness. We have 5 locations around the city. And this is Lloyd from the Movement Company. He's a strength and conditioning coach there. And they are a rehab clinic clinic that has chiropractors, a physiotherapist, massage, and Lloyd as the strength and conditioning coach. We've partnered up to fill the needs of anybody who's wanting to rehab from an injury or potentially prevent injuries as well.
Prevention's the best cure, as
exactly.
they say. Thanks for having us, and yeah, look forward to getting out some more content soon.